Right now, I've come to one of my favorite places for quiet contemplation or prayer or meditation. I'm at the Manil Collection. It's an art collection in Houston, Texas. Behind me, there is somebody playing the saxophone. I see people on the lawn playing frisbee. It's a little more active here than usual. I want to talk about prayer because prayer is one of the values that I'm exploring this year. Back in January of 2020, I spent the whole month focusing on my prayer life. And in particular, I read a book by John Dominic Crossan called The Greatest Prayer. And it was about the Our Father or the Lord's Prayer. And it goes, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So I spent a lot of time with this prayer, really unpacking it, digging deep into the meaning behind every line. By the way, in order to do this values project, you don't need to be any religion. You could be Christian, you could be atheist, Jewish, Baha'i. This is a totally secular program. I happen to be Christian, but that's just because it interests me, because it's been so influential in our society. And I kind of like Jesus, I guess. So what I learned about the greatest prayer, according to this author, or the Lord's Prayer, is it's really a radical call for nonviolence. And that is kind of what appeals to me about it. Every day I say this prayer, and it helps me to find humility and recognize that there is a power greater than myself, and that power wants me to promote peace on earth, essentially. It's a simple request for some little bit of food today and not having any debts tomorrow. It's a call to forgiveness, and this is where we really start to see that no value exists in isolation. They will end up overlapping each other, intertwining in really interesting ways. Kind of like how with your abdominals you have a six-pack. You can't really just work out one at a time or one area at a time. You ultimately end up strengthening the whole core by focusing on certain areas. So even though I promote breaking it down where you focus on one value each month, ultimately you will find that no value exists completely in isolation. You know, you can't really focus on kindness without also focusing on love a little bit, or gratitude, or service. So again, this month I'm focusing on gratitude, and I feel grateful for this space, and I feel grateful for prayer. One thing that I learned over the course of reading that book is that your prayer life really evolves and matures with you. So right now, my prayer life is a little bit repetitive. I say the same prayer every day just to kind of cover my bases. In a few months, I'm going to go back to prayer, and I'm going to be focusing on that again. And so it will be interesting to see how my prayer life evolves and how I grow in that respect. So, yeah, thank you and have a blessed day.